Welcome to Super Meat World. Into this update, we're gonna play a chapter entitled Minneapolis, which is made by RyokoTK. And this chapter, in this chapter, things might get ugly, so this is why I brought heavy reinforcements along the way. I have Slowbeef around here in order to comment with me on this one chapter. Hello!
Hello.
So yeah, have you ever played this chapter, or in fact, have you even gone to Minneapolis ever?
I have neither played Minneapolis, nor would I ever go to Minneapolis. Ever.
So essentially, I guess that the representation that you're seeing of it right now is pretty faithful. I mean, you go on every little street corner out there and you're getting pelted with a whole lot of moving saw blades and rocket launchers and...
What in the name of God is going on in this city?
Yeah. And also, do you remember the one part where you were walking on the streets and where the walkway will suddenly disappear beneath your feet?
I mean, in Chicago, yes, but not Minneapolis. I don't know what's happening.
Or, I also was thinking about Detroit too, but, well, that's beyond the point.
Jesus Christ. America's fucked. Look at this.
Yeah, this is basically like the kind of America that we'll be seeing in something like 50 years from now on.
I am so glad I never played this. I'm so glad I never went to, like, Super Meat World, honestly.
Well, basically, there's a whole lot of good chapters in there, but basically, in order to be able to play almost any single one of them, you need to be like me and play this game way too much.
Well, what just happened now is like a Zen garden after the beginning of the level. It's
Yeah, basically almost all of the chapter's gimmick is being pelted by a whole lot of projectiles from every single direction, angle, and all of this. Basically, this whole chapter is all about avoiding a whole lot of stuff, and almost every single of these rocket launchers or rotating turrets are placed in such a way so that they are as annoying as possible.
Wow. I'm stunned. Yeah. I don't think I could even program a controller to play like this.
Yeah, in fact, you're pretty much gonna have to program a whole lot of other reflexes in order to be able to do this.
This is amazing.
Yeah. In fact, I really think that in overall, this chapter is really the biggest tragedy of all of Super Meat World, because this is a really great looking chapter. There's been a whole lot of effort and all of this poured into it. I mean, one of the interesting things about this chapter is that a lot of the levels are named after hallmarks or events that have occurred in Minneapolis itself, and from what I've heard, some of the levels also look like some of these hallmarks, but the thing is, most of these levels are really obnoxious to play in overall.
No, this is a beautiful looking level. I really like how he added a buzzsaw and a rocket launcher or two.
Yeah, I especially like the lake that you see down here too.
It's just like Minneapolis. I wasn't sold on it before I saw the water. Now I'm like, oh yeah, now it's fucking Minneapolis. Sure.
Yeah, this is true Minnesota water that we have here. But then again, you don't really see water in any of these chapters or anything, so I always thought that it was a nice touch.
Oh my god. Well, this level, oh god, I hate the fucking gravity wells.
Yeah, but in this level, they're pretty neat, mainly because you can beat this level without ever jumping.
Really?
Yeah, basically all that you need to do in order to finish this level is to run along the gravity well, and you'll simply be dragged all the way up here. In fact, I'm not even sure why there are rocket turrets or anything, because they really don't do anything.
Meanwhile, in the war zone...
Meanwhile, in Minneapolis, where the sky changes colors every single day or so.
Oh my god, look at this crap. It's like Fallujah, the video game.
Yeah, basically, this is pretty much the template for most of the levels into the chapter. This is my biggest complaint about this chapter. Almost every level in the chapter kind of plays the same. Basically, there's a whole lot of levels where you're pelted by all of these rotating turrets from all sides. There are a couple of saw blades every once in a while, but that's mainly my biggest issue with the chapter. It's a little bit too much formulaic, and there's some part in the chapter where you just become tired of the style of level that you see.
I like how the guy added a million, like, rocket launchers, and then, like, salt or maggots where you could never ever touch them. Like, at the bottom. Like, oh yeah, I better make sure that hazard's there in case he's on the lower right.
Yeah, I guess maybe it's for decoration, or there are some other parts where it's pretty much just used in order to add some flavor to the level, but yeah, at least this level is pretty neat, mainly because I really hate the rocket launchers in this chapter for the most part, because almost every single time they fire way too fast and they're really annoying, but in this level, at least it doesn't fire too fast, and it's pretty much the only hazard that you see in the entire level, so at least it's manageable here, so it remains fun here.
I see, so it's like, they fire slower, but there's only 6,000 of them. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, there'll be so many levels into the chapter where things just become ridiculous. I mean, this level right here, it's just like, you have to avoid all of these rockets, aim around you at the same time. There's a final turret which shoots at like 1,000,000 of projectiles, and...
You did that on your first try?
Yeah, I think it's the only level in the entire chapter which I've managed to beat without dying, and I'm not too sure why it was this one level, because, well, it's really not easy. Oh yeah, that's awesome playing that we have right here.
Were you in Wugga created by NASA or something? Jesus.
Yeah, pretty much every single person who played this game for a prolonged period of time pretty much turns out to be like that.
I thought I was good at Meat Boy, but this is like friggin' incredible.
Yeah. This is the bad thing about Super Meat World in overall. Most of the levels are just way too hard. And yeah, this is the dick move of the level right here. There's a homing saw blade launcher at the bottom of the shaft. It's really hard to avoid. And finally, it's off screen, so that whenever you first get there, there's absolutely no way that you'll anticipate it at first. So the first thing that you'll do is you'll jump down that shaft and you'll die, because there's absolutely no way to guess that it'll be there.
RyokoTK is the king of all losers. I'm just gonna throw it out there, just for that homing saw blade. Fuck you, buddy. Is he a goon?
I don't know if he's a goon. I don't really think so.
He's banned.
Yeah, he's forever forbidden from making Let's Plays.
That's kind of a blessing, honestly. Well, anyway, this is tin fit. Oh my lord.
Yeah. Once again, you can clearly see how pretty much elaborate the placing of the obstacles are there, because this turret is just placed there in order to kill you whenever you're on this one platform in the middle, and you'll also die if you're standing on that one ledge on the left.
I like how he rotates all his keys like the 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock position.
Yeah.
He really has like this, it's like an insane genius, really.
I think he's the only level creator out there who does this sort of thing. He didn't do that in his first chapter, but oh yeah, that's right, because his first chapter there were no possible way for keys to appear because it's a forest chapter.
Oh, is that you can't make keys in forest levels?
Nope.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, basically you're locked to the hazards that the developers have put into the levels whenever you're making your own levels. Basically, if you want rocket launchers into your level, you need to have levels in the Salt Factory or Rapture or the 8-bit tile set. Oh, and yeah, that rocket launcher can shoot inside the goal too.
I noticed. Wow. It's a lot of rocket launchers.
Yeah, when I was saying that every single thing was planned in order to murder you to the best of extent.
Shit.
And finally, there's this one part of the level where you have to drop onto this crumbling floor, and basically the drop that you have to do has to be perfect. And most of the time, well, you're into a hurry because there's a crumbling floor and there are 2 saw blade shooters which are homing. And essentially, well, what you're looking at is my attempt at going through all of this in real time.
My favorite kind of level is the kind where I'd have no idea how to run through it when I look at it.
Yeah, basically, in order to make it through there, you have to do a very specific fall.
Oh, wow.
Or I think you can also jump through the saw blades there, but basically if you're doing that, you're just giving even more leeway for the saw blade launchers to shoot you, because they're pretty much everywhere, and once again, you're being shot by another saw blade launcher, which pretty much is off screen.
Do the people of Minneapolis know about this?
I'm not too sure, but yeah.
I'd be insulted.
Anyway, this is the one level that I really dread, because, well...
Oh, why?
Yeah, I don't really think that I need to explain to you why I don't like this level. It's just really obnoxious, and also the first time that I've played this level, I really was confused. But yeah, once again,
why would that be?
Yeah, everything is time in order to injure you at the best of its abilities. I mean, at least the entire level is regular in the way that it shoots all of the projectiles around, but there's so much things to keep in mind and track so that it pretty much becomes impossible to devise a good route through this, because there's way too much thing for your brain to track all at once.
Yeah, it's like RyokoTK is the Rain Man of freaking like Super Meat Boy level editing. How would you do this?
In fact, I don't really know. I think that when I first played this level, I spent something like 20 minutes on this one level, and it was like, oh my god.
I feel like if I were his therapist and he showed me this, I'd be like, what is the matter with you? We have to take you to the friggin' asylum today. Oh my god. I mean,
but yeah. Essentially, this level is supposedly named after some radio tower that you see into the city or anything, but the thing is, you can't afford to simply take your time, because you have to hit all of these switches in order to gradually make your way up and down and finally all the way back up, and if you're too slow, then the buttons will be covered up all again and you have to restart the entire level.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, and yeah, right now I've pretty much fucked
launcher.
up the entire way of beating the level, so alright, I need to free the way to the rocket launchers on the right. I can do this,
Oh my god!
Desperate measures call for desperate call. Wait, that's the opposite.
How the hell do you even think this shit up?
I really don't know, but yeah, you have to dig through all of this wall, and just in order to make things even more difficult, there's also this saw blade launcher here, which shoots a homing saw blade right at you while you're busy dodging the rockets.
Truly, Minneapolis is the city that said Dark Cotton Alley is for wusses.
In fact, almost every single chapter in Super Meat World, except a few exceptions, is like, Cotton Alley was hard, well fuck you, buddy.
Your musical choice too really says like despair, basically. Like,
well, what else can you think about doing that? I mean, the chapter looks incredibly depressing, but then again, this is pretty much the Rapture tile set, which is helping into that one regard, but yeah, I really don't feel any kind of joy whenever I'm playing this chapter. I have to say, every single time that I've played this chapter, I ended up leaving the computer in a bad mood.
Nevertheless, you gave it 3 stars.
Yeah.
What do you give 1 star?
Well, the things that I've played in my older Super Meat World video, because, like I said, these videos, not these videos, but these levels have a lot of effort and all of this poured to them, but the thing is, well, to what end? Yeah, once again, this is an obstacle that you'll see a whole lot into the chapter, having to climb all the way up an alcove while there's a fast-firing rocket launcher, which shoots a million of rockets all at once, and yeah, sometimes you can't even do anything about it, because the moment that you get in the rocket launcher's side, you die.
RyokoTK fucking loved his homing saw blades too, I tell you what.
Yeah.
Shit, what the... It's like Gears of War meets Super Meat Boy, it was ridiculous.
I don't know, I think that Gears of War is a whole lot easier than this.
Yeah, right? There we go.
Basically all that you had to do in Gears of War is to take cover, but here you have to run all of the time away from the safety of your walls.
You kinda like this level though, huh? 4 stars?
Yeah, well, at least it's not too obnoxious, that's pretty much what I'm gonna say. Whenever I'm giving 4 stars to a level, it's pretty much, okay, it's not too bad, it's not a complete nightmare.
Well, this one has backtracking with the, you know, the platforms that kind of go away.
Yeah. Yeah, but this one level... Yeah, but this mechanic can end up biting you in the ass, as you will see right here.
I can think of no greater tribute to the city of Minneapolis than the Super Meat World level.
Yeah, at least you gotta say it's faithful to the original material.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Yeah, there we go.
Like I said, this is a chapter that I really wanted to like, but for the most part, there's just too many of these parts into the chapter which almost feel like luck-based.
I feel like if you took out 1,000 rocket launchers from each episode, it would be a good level.
Yeah, this is really the main concern that I have with this one chapter. The rocket launchers are just too aggressive, and sometimes it just makes it so that there are levels where instead of making you go forward and all of that, there are some levels which almost require you to do precise jumps, and basically, well, rocket launchers are pretty much not about precision at all, because the rockets go really, really fast, but at the same time they're really imprecise as hell, and they really aim poorly toward you. But
this is weird. It's kind of like Super Meat Boy meets like a bullet hell game, you know?
Yeah.
Except without like all the weird like schoolgirl things and all that shit. Oh dear.
Yeah, and the giant robots that take the entire screen.
Basically, yeah.
But yeah, essentially the bullet hell description is not too far off from this chapter. There might not be as many bullets than in a bullet hell game, but hey, you still die in one hit and you've got no shield and no checkpoint.
How are you surviving this?
I have absolutely no clue.
Jesus Christ. Only 3 stars for this. I would have given all these levels 1 star for being like extremely difficult. I just couldn't do it.
Yeah, but then again, we cannot give 1 star only because all is too hard. Because, well, if you are giving it 1 star, at least it will be like, the level will be beyond any possible redemption. And at least all of these levels look really good. On a graphical standpoint, this is actually one of my favorite chapters. It's just a shame that all of these levels, well, not all of these levels, this is a level at least which is fun, mainly because, well, it's at least far more approachable in terms of difficulty, and at least there's no rocket launcher which fire at 3,000 miles per hour, but
yeah, at least there's that, but the 300 or so saw blades you're jumping through, that's fine. At least it's regular.
Yeah, but I have to say, I kind of like the patterns that you see in the saw blades here. They're pretty neat looking.
They're pretty neat looking, but I would never ever want to fucking play this. Oh my God.
Well, I can't really fault you.
Jesus Christ.
So yeah, apparently this level is named after some kind of lake, but I really cannot see what is the connection here. But well, somebody has done a write-up for this chapter in which it described pretty much what the levels were drawing their inspiration from and all of this. He's gonna be posting that into the thread, and I'm pretty sure that it will be a pretty interesting read.
Is what they drew in their inspiration from war or bombardment? I think I can
this
write
is
that up.
War and Peace, the chapter.
Oh, Riverside, here we are, yes.
Oh yeah, this level at least, well, it's at the same time a pretty nice change of pace because it's not as hard as some of the latest levels have been, but the final section, once again, is really painful to wade through, but...
I love how you said, like, oh, it's a nice change of pace, and then immediately after that, oh yeah, 1,000 rocket launchers. Oh, we don't start with the rocket launchers at least. Oh, but here they are.
Somebody help me, please.
You are so much more patient than I am.
Yeah.
I would have said, fuck the thread, I went through Dark Cotton Alley, you're done. Vote 5, please. That's all. That's all you get.
But the main reason why I wanted to play this chapter is that, well, at the same time, well, this was one of the most established chapters out there. I mean, it was on Super Meat World, and it was also uploaded on the Xbox 360 on the internet service where you can play levels on your Xbox. But, yeah, otherwise I would have not played this chapter because I really don't like it.
Well, I hate this stupid, like, make the rocket shoot something to release a key gimmick.
Yeah.
That was in, was it Cotton Alley too, or Dark Rapture or something, where you had to make the thing dig into, I forget.
Yeah, you had that in Rapture, and I don't think there were any kind of levels like that into Cotton Alley. Oh, and yeah, for some reason I always miss on this zombie because he blends in so well in the meat pile that you see in the middle.
This is an odd choice of camera here.
Yeah, but then again, you pretty much have to... well, if the camera was not zoomed in, zoomed out entirely like that, well, you will be shot by off-screen rockets.
Yeah, okay.
And basically, if the rocket launcher shot that way, you will keep dying all of the time for reasons that you will never understand.
I see. I'm pretending I'm an expert and I know what I'm talking about. Like, oh, yeah, that's right. But, well, the Xbox version, there's no level editor, so this is all, like, new to me, basically.
Yeah, there was no level editor. Basically, all of the levels that were added on the internet service was levels that were made for the PC and they were ported on the Xbox 360. Basically, this was the cream of the crop, according to the designers.
Well, Minneapolis. Well done. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I'm not too sure why they chose this level. And from what I've heard, some people saying about this chapter, well, I've never played the Xbox 360 version of this chapter, but from what I've heard, there was some slowdown on some of these levels, mainly because there are so many graphical details on some of the level that the engine cannot keep up with the game.
I thought you might have said it was the 1,000 rocket launchers per level that would cause the slowdown.
Oh, and yeah, speaking of 1,000 of rocket launchers...
Shit. This is awesome. It's like fucking Gradius, the game.
Yeah.
Wow.
The only bad thing, however, here is that you have absolutely no power-ups.
That is Gradius meets Super Meat Boy, the game. Gradius already has its own game, I know. But,
yeah. But yeah, once again, you can already see that many of the chapter's hallmark are being used here. Basically, you're having to jump on all of these disappearing platforms, and oh yeah, basically whenever you fuck up one of these jumps like that, because those jumps are really unpredictable as hell, because, well, into the last section of the level, there's a rocket launcher right there, and basically, well, you will see what it can entail to later as I'm going to this one section. What can happen? Yeah.
I wonder
Thank you,
Ryoko,
game.
You know that, like, buzzsaw right here at the beginning that's super easy to jump over? I wonder if before he added it, like, RyokoTK, like, was thinking, like, wow, I am almost the king of all douchebags. Okay, I bet I should add one more buzzsaw right there, just to have to jump over it.
Oh, and yeah, this is also the kind of thing which is really fun concerning fast rocket launchers. The fact that there are rockets circling all around you, and essentially later on it becomes pretty much impossible to dodge all of these.
Oh my god. It's kind of awesome in its own weird way. There.
Yeah.
Just get through this. Go, go. I'm rooting for you.
Yeah, we're almost done with this chapter, but you can be sure that the final level, once again, will be a doozy.
I'm kind of stunned, like, I'm, like, watching these videos, like, how that, even though I know you're gonna get through this, but I have no fucking idea how.
Yeah, eventually you always find a way in order to succeed. So, here it is, the Piece of Resistance. And yeah, this level is a behemoth of a level. Basically, this level is what happens if you will take the end level and make it Minneapolis style.
Oh, wow. Okay. This looks annoying as shit.
Yeah, but at least on a general standpoint, most of the hazards are not too hard to avoid, but the thing is, this level is so long that eventually it just becomes really wearing. In fact, I'm gonna cut forward a whole lot through this one level because, well, whenever you'll see how long this level is, you will see why I didn't restart from the beginning every single time.
It already looks really long. You're 25 seconds in and it doesn't look like you've gotten anywhere. Oh my god.
Yeah, once again, I'd like to tell you, compared to most of the things that you had to do into the chapter, this is easy.
You didn't have to do this. My god.
Yeah, but for some reason I wanted to. I don't know why, but I did.
Oh my
Like
Lord.
I said, I have some sort of superhuman patience or something.
Well, now
Here we go! Rocket launcher, go!
Now you're gonna have to get Wugga to do all this without dying. This is
Yeah, this is the dare that I'm gonna have to do. And yeah, just in order to give you how hard it can be in order to make it through this one level, after I almost made it to the end, well, this is pretty much the real-time footage of what it was like to try to get all the way back here.
It looked really easy when it was in fast motion like that, I'll just put that out there.
Yeah, mainly because you're too busy to just not stare at it anymore because it just all becomes a giant blur.
By the way, watch out, there's a rocket launcher.
Yeah. In fact, I think this is the only rocket launcher in the entire chapter which shoots at a normal speed. Other than that, every single one of the rocket launchers in the chapter shoot faster than they usually do, and usually it's like twice the usual speed.
See, now I know from watching your other videos that when you restart, like, kind of toward the end, and then you play from the beginning, this is your winning run.
Yeah.
Yep. I've got you down to a science eyeball.
Yeah, my videos are getting too predictable, unfortunately. Oh, yeah. And yeah, notice also how come there are saw blade launchers which are attacking you from absolutely nowhere at some point during the level 2. Just in case that you're standing still for any kind of prolonged period of time, you will eventually die because, well, you're being shot by things that you cannot see. I mean, I know it's minor, but at one point it just tells you how big this freaking level is.
Oh my god. This is your winning run? What, you didn't even see this coming?
Yeah. In fact, at this one point, I thought that I fucked up and I pretty much failed the jump, so this is why I skipped the ending animation, because I thought, oh fuck, my jump is way too short, so I need to wall jump, but in the end, I ended up doing it.
Oh my god.
So here we go, that's Minneapolis.
Wow. Fuck that city and fuck this level.
I mean, I kinda like the idea behind the level because, well, it's not as hard as some of the other levels in the chapter, but it's just so long, and concerning the set of obstacles that you see into the level, at one point it just becomes way wearing. And in fact, I'm not kidding, when I was playing this level, at one point, it's just like my vision just starts to blur and I cannot see anything anymore.
Are there any rocket launchers here on the map screen?
Yeah, in fact, you shall die on the map screen.
Jesus Christ.
So here we go, that'll be it for Minneapolis. So thank you very much for guessing with me onto this one update, Slowbeef.
You're welcome.
Coming up next, we're gonna start rounding up Super Meat World. It's a double feature with Fractal Worlds by Rock Lee Smile and Bloody Forest.